Hey everybody, I'm going to be doing some simple character modeling here. So previously, I did a really crappy sketch of a character I wanted to make. And this is a little bowl guy that I'm going to make. So I sketched him out in Photoshop. And now I'm going to model him in Cinema. Now, as much as I suck at sketching, I equally suck at modeling. But you know what? That's okay because never gonna get better if you do not try it, all right? So let's get started here. So the first thing that I typically do when modeling is get a cube. And I'm screwing up already because that's not a cube. There we go. Got our cube. And let's get our line shading so we can start making some initial subdivisions here. Let's make 3 tall, and then we're going to make this editable. And from what I understand, a typical workflow with modeling, especially with little characters, is you want to make it as easy on yourself as possible. You want to just work with 1/2 of your model. So I'm going to delete the left side there, and then what you're going to do is not a connect. You're going to go and get a symmetry object. Place your mesh in the symmetry. So now when you make any change on this side, it mirrors on the other side. So you're not moving this side and then having to move that side. So that's something that someone would typically do if they're any good at modeling at all. So let's see. We're just gonna start modeling now and just moving things. But you'll see right now that it's just a box. So how are you gonna get any kind of decent form out of this, right? So what you want to do is you'd want to throw this in a subdivision surface, whole symmetry thing. I think the whole symmetry. So yeah, so we got the subdivision surface and we got the smooth mesh now. So this is the basics or the base of like simple character modeling. You have your main mesh, your symmetry that duplicates it on the left side, and then you have the subdivision surface that just smooths all of the points out with some Bezier. I believe it's Bezier smoothing or something like that. So now we can just start pushing points around. And so my character here is fairly like rectangular, kind of rounded, boxy kind of thing. So that's kind of what we got here so far. But we need to really define parts of this guy, and of course I don't think I want it to be very boxy at this view. I just want it to kind of be boxy from the side. So what we can start doing is going into our cube and selecting some points and just kind of shrinking stuff down. This is where like all your different side views are going to come in handy. So you can be able to check out what you're doing in all angles, because there's so many times, especially when you're selecting points and stuff like that, that you might accidentally only select one point and then you're moving that around and then everything's just all mismatched. And I do that so often. You want to try not to get into that trap. So I'm going to select these sides here and kind of give them a little bit of some cheeks over here. And what I want to do is kind of create the ear and the horn and all that stuff. So what I can do is grab both of Anti-aliasing in the viewport. How do I do that? Let me know how to do that, Sandra. Is that in the project settings or preferences? Setting in the preferences here. Just trying to adjust the OpenGL. Yeah, it's on, right? Enhanced OpenGL. Oh, OpenGL. Anti-aliasing. Ah, there we go. Thanks, Sandro. So, what? 4, 8. Let's do 8. All right, now it should be better for streaming. Thank you, Sandro. All right. Wow, it does look better. Okay, so let's go back to points. Well, actually, no. We want to select this, and what we're gonna do is do an inner extrude here. And so what that's gonna do is now we have this little appendage, or what is the beginning of like a little ear that we can start messing around with, and we can scale this and go in here and adjust individual points. Oh, hey, John. I have it actually in my second monitor, so I'm looking at it the whole entire time over on the left, on my left monitor here. It's just easier for me instead of keeping my viewport kind of uncluttered. What I could do is actually add a window to actually show. Actually, maybe I can try to do that. I think I'll add a little window capture. And so you can actually see, so you guys can actually see my Photoshop window that I'm looking at. Still trying to, all right, Photoshop, where is Photoshop? There we go. So, okay, and I'll just bring them down here. There we go. So everyone can see my little crappy sketch in the what I'm trying to do in the lower right there. Okay, so back to business. Let's so we got John in here. He's been really killing it doing learning some modeling stuff, and he's kind of inspired me to start doing this as well. Only I'm trying to do it in the maybe put in front view. Oh. He's been doing a lot of learning the heck out of modeling in cinema. Hopefully, he can teach me something. All right, so we're making our ear here. I'm gonna do another extrude. We have a little floppy ear thing kind of going on. I can shrink this. Then I gotta get this right. So let's go have this perspective and just have all my views going. This up a little bit. See that already I'm kind of screwing things up. I'm kind of making everything not aligned very well. You can see that all my points aren't lining up now because I screwed something up with the ears. So I'm just gonna select all those points. Crap. I select all these points and zero out the Z, so that'll align. At least try to align everything to the be there. That's one of my major oopsies I do is, you know, you want everything really nice and uniform, but then you start screwing with stuff and then you got a point all the way out here and you're like, ah, crap. And then you forget what the heck you did. So let's continue with our ear. I think what I'm going to do is make a for front and back. Yeah, that's probably yeah. I should have done that. Using a second symmetry. I'm going to be adventurous. So I think what I want to do is, so this is going to be an ear. I think I want to make this sharper. So what I'm going to do is cut this, maybe? Do a loop cut. Just did UL. Actually MK. I need to change it from knife from line to loop. And then I'll just do a loop cut. And what that'll do is kind of sharpen that little edge there. I can mess with this, make this a little bigger. Yeah, see what I did there? Messed everything up. Gotta fix this. So, let's thinking for an ear, it would be like skinnier here, maybe, and it would be fatter out here. It's the thing with characters, you can just make it however the heck way you want. Down. Yes, Paul. Once this is done streaming, what if you notice? There's I have some other live casts that I've been streaming last week that I did one, and they're all archived. So if you check out my YouTube channel, they'll be posted there. Except for I was a dummy, and the one time, hey Sarah, the one time, I actually did a cast, I had some music on, and I got all these copyright requests to take it down because the music industry is after me now. So I had to, no music, had to turn off the music a little bit. I have music, but hopefully you guys can't hear it. My mic says he can't hear it, but I got music going on. I'm just kind of adjusting things here. I know, I can't listen to dang music unless it's like stuff I recorded myself. Like I could do some beatboxing and record myself beatboxing. But then I'm sure someone would claim it's theirs too. My own little beatboxing. Okay, so man, you can see how I suck. Like that really doesn't even look like an ear. YouTube might just submit a complaint request just because how crappy my modeling skills are. You're like, this breaks some kind of international law. We cannot show this garbage internationally. Classical, yeah. There we go. That actually that's some good music to listen to while you're modeling. All right, so and I don't know. Is that near? Kind of an ear. I think I want it to be everything to be a little bit little closer in. Move these points in a bit. Over. There we go. Oliver, what's up, buddy? What are you wasting your time watching this garbage? Oh, hey, are you and Sarah both from London? London area, Oliver? I can't keep track. Like, all the good illustrators I know are from the UK for whatever reason. So many good animators. No, oh, Manchester. Okay, so UK. You guys are in UK. Cheltenham. Oh, my wife studied abroad in Cheltenham. We're actually going. Why I asked is my wife and I were heading over to London for New Year's. So it's her birthday on New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve. So that's our plans. We're gonna be into London for a few nights, and then we're heading on to Paris and just hanging out. Really excited. It'll be the fourth time I've been to London. Love that city, but I've never been. I've never been in. Never been to Europe. Period. In the winter, so that should be interesting. You know, the London fog, all that good stuff. But you know what? That's just perfect pub weather, right? And I can't argue with pub weather. Never been to the US? Well, if you ever are, you're in my area, definite. I'll find you some good American beers that you should try. That is very true. Every weather is perfect pub weather. That is exactly true. Not going to be picky. Yeah, we're gonna go hot toddy. My wife is obsessed with what's that drink? With gin. I'm in Washington D.C. Isn't the Borough Market, that's always open, right? We went there a couple years ago. That was awesome. So I need to make his face fatter. Much fatter. Actually, his ear can be much fatter too. Pim's cup. My wife loves Pim's cups. It's like all she drank. Yeah. I was talking to one of my friends from the UK, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you go to London more than I do, and I live 2 hours away." But I don't know. I'm you're here in DC. I'm uh like if I take the train, I am 4 hours away from I'm 4 hours away from New York City, and I go there all the time. I mean, I have friends there, so I can always crash with people, but I go there at least once a year. Right, so you can see like, when you like turn off the subdivision surface and turn it back on, you can really see like, oh, what's going on? It looks really, really weird. This point just kind of hanging there. So we want like this little crease underneath, give some kind of definition to the ear. Listen to me talking like I know what the hell I'm doing. So what I'm gonna do now is, so like, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor in the little window. Like the ear is kind of rectangle-ish. So there's this curve here, and I want to get rid of that curve. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a cut. Want to add it? Actually, want to add a loop cut. Did I accidentally do it already? Yeah, loop cut like right there. So that kind of squares off the end of the ear a little bit. Whoa. Didn't want to do that. Standard. There we go. Trying to go full screen on this sucker. Yeah. Okay, so rounding out the ear. Let's scale this guy down. Doing a loop selection. Trying to size this correctly. More like my really crappy sketch. So down a bit. Now I think I need to shrink it this way. Scale it this way. Control tab over panel for full screen. Control tab. Command tab? Whoa. That's not control tab over panel. Oh, I can just pop it out, and then I can just 1 second, and then I can adjust this to be that. Ta-da! Right? Oh, wait. That wasn't right. There we go. That was my notes. All right, now we're cooking with something. All right, so there's my full screen. Back to modeling. Go point mode and move this up. And we're getting more of the definition underneath the ear. I think what I'm gonna need to do, make this a little bit blockier. Yeah, I've never upped the resolution, the anti-aliasing of the HUD or the viewport. That's awesome. So much crisper. I need to start doing that for my dang tutorials. I want the ears to. No, I could always do that when I actually animate this guy, but I want the ear. Oop. Yeah. Have part a little thicker. This is a it's not a pig. It's a bull. So it's for a animation for like a stock markety kind of thing. So bear market, bull market. So I have my bull and I have my bear, and I'm just gonna do something with them. Not quite sure yet what. And hey, I told you my drawing skills suck. And pigs don't wear rings in their nose. Come on, they're not punk enough. Oh, this middle part is annoying me so bad that it's not lined up. So I think what I'm gonna need to do is move this over a little bit. Now I think yeah, I could probably do that. Oh, this selected point, yeah. Try that and scale on Z. We're still kind of helps a little bit, but there's some weird stuff going on with just the way that is. Really weird. Okay, so this is looking a lot more like the picture. All right, so let's attempt to do the horn. Again, we're going to select 2. Whoa, that's more than 2. You always make sure you know what the heck you're selecting. So I'm going to select 2 of these. I'm going to make the little area for the horns. I'm going to do MW for an inner extrude. I'm going to move this up. Whoa. Gee. Move this up. Going to kind of be the nub for the horn. Now, I'm pretty sure to get like a circular thing, John would probably know. We would make a cut from this part to, need to make sure it's visible only. I'm not cutting everything up. Make a cut from this. Oh, no. Make a cut from here to here. No. Diagonal cut. And a diagonal cut? No, that's not right at all. Well, actually, no. Never mind. I don't need any cuts. I'm just gonna scale these. That. No, I think I was right. Make a cut like this, and then scale. There we go. That's the ticket. I'm probably still doing that wrong. To make a circular thingy majig. Need the man. All right. Yeah, that's not right. I don't remember how to make this. How to make this circular. Whoa, let's cut, cut, cut. Is that right? I think that's what I need. We're making happy cuts, happy points. Sounding like Sarah says I sound like a soothing Bob Ross. Only thing is Bob Ross knows what the hell he's doing. Okay, so happy little polygons. And then so I need to undo. I need to make sure this whole thing, horn area, is going in the right area. Oh, yeah, symmetry. It's where you can mirror both sides. Now I'm making the, I think, I want to make this much bigger so I can have a bigger horn. And these points right here give me issues. Move these over. I want to move the ear down slightly. I'm going to select all those ear points. Scale them a little bit. Yeah, Sarah, you were rocking the you were modeling a little bit. I saw all that dribble action going on. And you just went straight back to killing it in 2D instead. I guess if I'm talking to people in the chat, I should have like a chat window. Boom. So maybe have it here. There we go. These guys, sure, didn't select anything else. And that's still, I really need to, so the angle is like almost straight across. So our actual horn will be angled this way. All these points rotate. Yeah. Okay. And then get this to match the head. Have that little curve at the top. There's the horn. This guy does have a fat face. Try and make it fatter. Fat face. Got a fat face. Hey, I should probably save. I don't think I saved this whole entire cast. Holy crap. Save early, save often. Hey, Mario. Uh, uh, Devin, I have a garbage can Mac Pro. It is the the 3 gigahertz 8 core Intel Xenon. All right. Let's do inner extrude. And a extrude will be our actual horn. Yes. I know. That was stupid. Uh, curve this up. Do it again. To a point. Scale that down to a point. Scale. Scale that down. You can see that this horn is not as thick as I made it in the drawing. So I can scale all this up. Down. Ah, crap. I got this. At this point, gotta move it over there. Move this in. Oh my, I equally suck at modeling, so it's okay. Should have a disclaimer on this thing. Ah, crap. All right, Paul. Thanks a lot for staying up and watching this disaster. So I think I need to go into point just so I can get that last point there. This up. Oh. I'm just hitting when you're learning to model, the keyboard shortcuts that you need to use most are hitting U and it brings up all these menu items, and then M for some other items here. So just like U, and then so if I wanted to do like a loop selection, that would be L. So I'd quickly hit U and then L, and that brings me to my loop tool. So that is like very critical. You learn U and L, and then you just learn after looking through these lists so much what's what, you know. And then there's the M as well. Right now, select all these. Bring this down. Losing my round shape by scaling, and then I don't know what I did here. I need to move this point in. You can see that if I go to my, yeah, this is my top view, and I've like screwed up my alignment, all my stuff here. See if I can do that. I got all my points selected in that line, and then I zero out the points on the 0 axis or Z axis, and it kind of helps. Loop selection. Fill this down. We want to have a nice smooth curve above. Have this gradually get smaller. Goes there. That up a little more. Let's see. Gonna bring it in the Z. Trying to get this form right. On a match form in the sketch. Pretty close. I can always go back and tweak it. Head a little bit curved up at top here. Make it a little rounder shape in the front here. Now, leave that. Now I think what I need to do now is, because of my symmetry, I can't, number one, do anything to create the nose yet. Because if I make any extrudes or anything, it's just going to mirror that. I don't know. Yeah, nope. So to go any further, it actually doesn't look all that bad. One thing I do need to fix is this under ear part. Move this out and down. Yeah. I have some face boobs. There's some face boob action going on. So again, so the problem with the symmetry is, well, I think I kind of did this wrong. I should have started with a much like a full body thing, like not just the head, because yeah, I'm learning. I'm just learning, because if I try to oh wait. Is that right? Because then there's this weird thing happening. Just like I gave it face boob, we're getting a little face crotch. Clamp on axis, automatically flip. I don't know if any of these points really do anything. Yeah, see, let's just see. I make that editable. Yeah, we're gonna have some weird stuff right there. And I don't know quite enough. I don't know quite enough about all this. Hey, you guys said it, not me. So I don't know enough to fix that issue. So, to get around that, I think what I need to do is, yeah, seriously, I need to ask Chris. I'm gonna hide that. I'm gonna make a copy, hide that in case I screw it up, which I'm sure I will. Making a copy, I'm going to make this symmetry editable. So now I can just continue working on this mesh. And now if I extrude, that'll be a normal extrude. So I can finish up the body here. So let's see. His arms will go here. And then now I model his legs here. Set point value. So, okay, so, all right, let's go back to this. So I can still do this with the symmetry, right, John? So if I extrude, you're saying if I select all, select all points in the Y first. Yeah, they're all zeroed out on the Y, right? Set point value. And I would need, yeah, it would just need to be, it would need to be zeroed out on the X, right? Yeah, so that's why I have no idea what it's closed. You shouldn't really be getting that little weird stuff. All right, Oliver, thanks for stopping by, man. I don't know. I don't know what, then I pull that out. I don't know if any of this. That's a butt. I don't. No, no geometry on the inside. Very weird. Unless they're I don't think there's like any extra points or anything. Oh, here's a point. I don't know what the heck that is. That. Ah, okay, John, you were right. There was some weird stuff in the inside there. John, saving the day. Okay, so now we can continue. Yeah, that was exactly it. I think I don't know. Yeah, there were just some points that were just hanging out there. Yeah, Sandro, optimize would have that would have been the ticket. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So yeah. So that's this is what this stream is all about. uh, learning and getting around issues and seeing what the heck's going on. So now I don't think I need this copy anymore. Um yeah, so let's just continue creating the body here. Thank you, John. Yeah, it might have been what. Yeah, there's always some wacky point stuff always happening. I feel like it looks like a chicken nugget. Chicken nugget bowl. Oh, I don't know about that, Fizzy. I think it's probably the number one place to learn not what to learn what not to do in cinema, man. Okay, so I need to make this guy a little bit heavier. The stomach. All right, so arms go here, legs go right there. Oh yeah, yeah, Sarah. If John didn't tell me about the hey, look at the inside stuff there, I would have been banging my head off the wall and been doing this the hard way because I would have just made that editable and that would have been much more difficult. So, from the very limited amount of knowledge that I have modeling, uh, from what I understand is you want to keep like nice flow to your polygons here, or your lines, your mesh. Um, but so I'm gonna try to clean up like the horn area here and just zero out the X and the Y just to line up these points. Because we don't want to change the Z because that's where the main difference is the position between these points, position and Z. And that was, there we go. Going in here. And I'm not sure, and I think this is just because I'm so dang inexperienced that I'm sure like you should just work in a way that you don't have to do this. But because I'm an amateur at best, I need to do this. You can still see even from like overhead, things aren't quite lining up perfectly like in the back and the front, and that's when I should have done the double symmetry, like John said again. But yeah, number one place to learn it is Chris, definitely. See, Chris and Nick are like a perfect combo because uh, Chris is so technical, and Nick can like break things down and present things in a way where you're just like, oh yeah, duh. Like there's such a good, like that's such a like the 1-2 punch, like the perfect 1-2 punch of MoGraph learning right there. Is you got the super technical guy, and then you got the guy who's like your MC, your tutorial MC. Bowling pin, chicken nugget, whatever. So actually, as I'm looking at this, yeah, I need to fix that it's looking like a chicken nugget. Have it looking more like the image. Little sketch. Save. So let's see. I'm trying to see if I'm happy enough with this mesh here that I can start adding like arms and legs and all that good stuff. Again, having a nice smooth mesh, so it's got a nice little flow going on. Yeah, Chris is the super technical guy, and Nick's the dude who's gonna make that stuff. Whatever Chris makes, he's gonna make that sexy. So yeah, it's always fun to see people's like teaching styles and stuff like that because I need to find my own Chris because I'll tell you what, and like when you actually do tutorials and training and all that stuff, like oh my goodness, like it's you respect the heck out of people like Nick who you need the knowledge to do it, and then you can present it in a way that's really nice. That's so hard because there's so many people out there that know a ton, like an absolute ton. And Chris is like, when Chris first started, like he was a little bit shaky on the presentation stuff, maybe a little bit dry, but man, he's totally in the zone. He's totally comfortable talking, and he knows how to present things in a way that's like super, super good. Sometimes he talks way too fast because he's so excited about something. He's gonna do this, but he's awesome. But man, is it hard to juggle both and learning the technical stuff and then making everything pretty as well, and it's just a lot of stuff. It's hard. Well, I was like, man, I need my Chris. I need to find a Chris so I can focus. So if I have a question, I can have a Chris to look across the desk and be like, hey Chris, how do you do this? That's what Nick does. That's Nick's little joke. He's like, when I don't know anything, I just pop my head up over the computer, over my monitor, and be like, hey Chris, how do you do this? And 9 times out of 10, Chris will know exactly what to do. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Chris gets. He's been better about it, Chris. When he gets really excited, and then you're gonna pull this point, and you're gonna move it over here. He talks a mile a minute. We all do need a Chris. Holy crap, is that true? Yeah, me and Nick were talking about having me do a Ask GSG one of these days. We'll see. You bug him about it. We do have other stuff. Me and Nick got some sneaky plans that we're kind of talking about now. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep posting my tutorials up on GSG, and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's tough. He needs to. It'd be great to. I don't know how difficult it is because his is great because he has the people in the studio and stuff. I think we're actually gonna try to convince Max on to like fly me out to Chicago and do something. Maybe if I actually do well enough at this modeling thing, maybe that would be a good live cast, or just like sketch and tune stuff. Again, just like cleaning up this stuff and just lining up these points and everything. here. Do the same here. Now, John, when you get stuff off center like this, do you find yourself like manually coming in here and lining things up, or I mean, is that something modelers typically need to do, or are they just, or do I just like really suck and should pay better attention to doing it right the first time? You see, my aim and what I'm trying to do is make this like mesh flow nice and smooth, silky smooth. You can see even when I render, there's a little bit like I could smooth that out this part. Yeah, paying attention. Yeah, the working in quarter. I need to definitely try that out next time. Next time. All right, so let's see if I can get the nose. I feel like the nose would. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Q. Yeah, hitting Q, you can turn on and off your subdivision surface, which is nice. This is no longer the copy, so that's another really, I keep forgetting about that. So now to make the nose, like I would, that's something where I'd have to actually like make this editable because I need to use this side, right? Unless I like made a loop. Okay, make a loop. Make sure to save this. So would I like make a loop cut and then to make the nose, don't have enough geometry. Then, and do I have like an extra point or some crap? Whoop. Ah. I could do an extrusion. The inside there. Heck, do I get in there? I'd delete it like that and then stitch it back over. And then yeah, just do 0. Right? Oh duh, yeah. Turn off the symmetry. Oy oy. Thanks, John. Nose. We've got a nose. So let's see. need to just adjust the nose area a bit. I want the nose to be like up more. So I think, yeah, thank you, John. I would, that's twice you saved my butt here. I'm glad I did that, and I'm glad you're here. Need to like have just like EJ learns how to model with special guest John Dickinson. We should actually do that. That'd be. I've always wanted to do that. Is to have someone who would be willing to kind of just sit there and be like, nope, you're stupid. That's not how you do it. Kind of thing. I think it'd be so helpful to, because I feel like that's how, especially with a lot of the people I know who know how to model, they're just they're not like people who like they're super technical. They're super technical. They may not have come from a like design background. They're just like, I know how to rig and I'm super technical with like rigs and stuff like that. And you know, people who don't know all that technical lingo or don't understand how hard it is to wrap your mind around stuff like this. I tell you what, it's rough. You're so mean, Sarah. I've wanted to have like a cast where it's like EJ, just like an EJ learns how to model cast, and then it's just like a podcast where you're just going through like, all right, what are we modeling today? We're modeling this fat, uh, this cow that Sarah uh says is a pig, but it's not. It's a cow, or it's a bull. And then just like do it, and then just have someone that knows enough about modeling where you can just be like, okay, I got stuck. What did I do? I think that could be like so helpful to, because then you're learning from someone who doesn't know anything at all, and I know it's, and that's the hard part about modeling is you can't just be like, well, here's how to model, because and John, you know this because you model a heck of a lot more than I do. It's like everything you try to model is such a specific thing. So it's not like, oh, you modeled one thing once, you know how to model everything now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'd really like to do something like that. An EJ sucks at modeling, or an EJ learns how to model podcast. Not podcast, but like stream. It would be a very boring podcast if you didn't have it. If it was just all audio. Suck. All right, so I think I'm not sure if I want to make this a sharper cut or not, but if I did, I would just need to make a new cut like that. Yeah, no, low poly is a good way to get started for sure. I never even got to that point. Like I don't know. Low poly is one of those styles where I got like sick of it really quick. I was like, all right, well, everyone's doing this, but I guess it's the same thing with like line art. But I enjoy line art, and I also suck at modeling, so that's probably why I didn't even get into the whole low poly stuff either. Low poly. I can't even do like one poly. All right, so I just want to see as far as like placement of the nose. I'm gonna probably call it quits here pretty soon. 'Cause this is how long have I been going here? A little over an hour. It's almost quitting time for me. But I'll maybe pick up later. Let me at least like let me place put the eyeballs here. So right now I just want to like get a placement of like where everything is and see if like the eyes look good, like where I place them, stuff like that. Like the mouth. I think what I want to do is have the nose up even more. Let me do that. John, thank you so much. I'd be so stuck. Thanks a lot for crashing the stream. Really appreciate it, John. Get back to work. Yeah, I know how to model a cube. That's exactly it, Mario. That's about the extent of my low poly skills. We do a virtual clap for. I just need to give a round of applause to John. Thank you so much. Air clap. I've like just that. This is exactly why I wanted to do this. I mean, I'm lucky that John was in the chat, but like this is like I don't know how to do this stuff very well. So like watching a tutorial about it's one thing, but until you're actually creating, you're never gonna learn how to, you almost need to just, and there's no tutorials like, oh, and in case you do this, you need to do this. Really, I mean, you just kind of find that out along the way. I don't have a schedule right now. I'm just kind of figuring out my way through all this stuff and just seeing if people are enjoying it, and kind of why I'm glad that YouTube records all this stuff, because then, if people can watch it later and just kind of archive it. Except I did something stupid during this stream and I'll have to delete it, and then I think I'm recording it on my own end. Let me just check to make sure. Well, if not, I can always download it from YouTube and re-upload. I'll look that up later. But yeah, I'd like to make this a somewhat regular thing. Like I'd like to do. I mean, I like the idea of just like showing me just modeling or figuring something out, because then it's not like a tutorial. It's just kind of playing around. But I'd also like to do some live, like do what like Nick does, where you just do a live tutorial kind of thing. But and that's what I kind of did. If you look at my previous live recording thing, it's for Bendy Text. It's a live thing I did last week. Ask EJ, yeah, something like that. Only he does that. Like I don't want to copy that. Like I want to do something different. I want to. I mean, yeah. I mean, the whole ask questions thing is kind of important. Not just like this is, because when you get to the point that Nick's done so much, so he's done so many tutorials, it's you gotta ask people because there's only like it's probably pretty exhausting of like, okay, what haven't I done yet? Yeah, the delay's probably I don't know how long the delay is. It's probably good 10, 20, 15 seconds, something like that. You let me know. Make the nostril. You can do an inner extrude. Oh, see, whoop, crap. So let's turn off the symmetry. Let's delete. Wait. I need that extra edge. Oh, I have the tolerance pretty high. That's a problem. Okay. I gotta make this 0. Oh, sorry. You guys are doing your test. I'm not even paying attention. I should probably be in point mode for this. So right now I'm trying to get rid of the weirdness in the center here from the symmetry. 0 everything out. Yeah, Twitch is I did my first live cast like testing thing on Twitch. And I don't know, I'm just kind of playing around with where I should stream stuff because the benefit of YouTube is that I already have a bunch of followers on here, right? So on Twitch, not so much. Like I have like maybe 15 followers on Twitch, so it's tough. It's that's kind of why I gravitated towards YouTube is because I already have you know a base of people and like I'd like to grow my like YouTube channel a little bit more. In Twitch, like if I was doing more video gamey stuff, like a lot of stuff that gets good views on Twitch, because you got to think about like, all right, well YouTube is open to everything. There's so many different people doing things on YouTube, and Twitch is all video games. So unless you just randomly stumble upon what I'm doing and you happen to like 3D modeling or like Cinema 4D, then you're really not gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know. That's kind of I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, that yeah, Bob Ross. Well, that's the thing is because that's kind of why I started to do this to begin with is because they had that whole creative channel now that they launched with the Bob Ross thing, right? So that's why I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to try this and downloaded my streaming software, and I'm still trying to figure that out. Like I got my today, I discovered how to put the little boxes up that you can see right over here and down here. So I'm still learning all that stuff. But it's fun because I just work in my little home office, and it's kind of nice to just chat with people while I'm working, and you got people like John where I can actually learn about stuff. That's pretty dang cool. Oh, that nostrils pretty hideous. I'm gonna do a actually I think want to do another inner extrude, and then Weird to get this nostril guy. Line this up. Approach to not sure I understand that question in a Mistro. What's your approach to modeling by numbers? Modeling by numbers? I'm just like, so earlier today I made my sketch, which you can see right over here, and I'm just modeling by eye. To be, yeah, I mean, there's no real rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of doing it, you know. Sometimes I'm like doing things the right way, but you know. So right now, I think this area is a bit too sharp of a curve. So let's see, to fix that, I'm gonna make this outer ring. I'm gonna do a loop selection. So this jankiness, I'm assuming is happening because of the tolerance. The shorter the higher the tolerance, the more it's gonna try to just meld things together. At least that's what I assume. Actually we can probably move the whole nostril group over to this side. Make it smaller. Shrink it, and I think that's a little bit of a softer nostril now. Wider. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Mr. Bull? So then I need to fix this because right now it's like coming to a point, and I need to like kind of round that out a little bit. Now there's some weird stuff happening. Crap. So this middle, let's do these middle points and bring those in. We're just trying to flatten his nose out a little bit. Soft, hashtag soft nostrils. It's like a, sounds like a smooth jazz song. Okay. That back even more. What do you think? How do the nostrils look? You can see that like a lot of this, especially when you're just making stuff, and especially when you're me and you don't know what the hell you're doing half the time. Like this is just like half of it's just moving stuff, seeing what works. You know? Like that looks good. And then just the main thing, nostrils do go deep. They go like all the way up to your head right there. Whoa. There we go. Deep nostrils. So I'm pretty like, to be honest, I thought I was gonna suck a lot more at this than I'm doing right now. The one thing you'll notice though is like in the nostril area on my, or the snout area, it's a little bit more, whoop, a little bit more square, in my sketch, but I can try to make the nostril a little bit more square by adjusting. Checking out to make sure everything looks good from the side. And that's another thing too, is just making sure in all your views everything kind of looks okay. So like right here, something weird's going on. Where is that? That's the back right here. So let's see. Turn off the symmetry. See what the heck's going on. So on the X, okay. So I just need to make sure these points are on the X. Because if they're not, we'll get that weird issue. So you can see when I move it off in the X, that's gonna do that. That's something that John taught me. Thanks, John. That's like huge, especially working with the symmetry. Okay. And another thing that I'm kind of screwing up doing is you want to make sure you select both sides. Right now, oh, well no, because I'm in symmetry. Never mind. Never mind. Make sure the back is nice and round. And we want these like nice smooth mesh. We don't want this to be like in and this out and have these weird curves or anything like that. Well, at least for my model right here. All depends. Hello, Fabian. So I think this is looking pretty good so far. I think I'm gonna stop the stream and then kind of do maybe a part 2 tomorrow and model the arms and the legs and the mouth area. I think, yeah, it is more square. And I can go in here, do like that. So. Wider. Yeah, really where I'll fine tune this is once I get the legs and all that good stuff. Just want to see how it looks if I put the nose even further up. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to maybe I'll do a little rigging for the purposes of what this will be eventually used for. I really don't need to rig it all that extensively. But yeah, I feel a little more confident in my rigging skills than my modeling. And that really doesn't say that much, 'cause I really don't have much confidence in my modeling. Cool. So I think this is a good place to stop. So I think yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna need to finish this guy. I'm gonna need to rig him. So maybe I'll kind of live stream that stuff as well. And I think I'm gonna yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'm gonna stop right now. I think that looks good. I'm happy with my progress so far. I think I did a lot better than I thought I would. But I think that's looking kind of close to this sketch. Ooh, one thing I can do really quick. Get that nose ring in there. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah. Might need to move this part of the nostril in a little. Yeah. How about that? I got my nose pierced, guys. Fabian. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Uh, I just started streaming last week just to test it out. So I don't know. I need to kind of figure out how I want to do this. If I want to do it like a weekly thing, or I think the one smart thing that Nick does is he makes seasons out of it, so he's not always like expected to be doing stuff all the time. But I mean, I think stuff like this is just spontaneous because I need to rig something for a project, so I'm gonna do it, and I'll just kind of live stream it, you know. But like more like I think I'll think about doing more proper tutorial type stuff, like more structured things maybe in the future. So I did, if you look at my YouTube playlist, I have another cast up there. That's that is just basically me going through. I don't need the symmetry. That's just basically me going through a tutorial idea that I might actually record this week. So I like going through that and kind of just talking through ideas and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I want this to be, but I've been really happy with the fact that it seems like a lot of people have been enjoying the streaming stuff, and like I've said, I've just been doing it the past week. So still kind of learning more about like the streaming software, like streaming quality and stuff like that. What is has the stream quality, the audio, all that stuff, has that been all good for you guys? That's like one of the main things is just making sure that the stream is good quality, the audio sounds good. Seems like it's good. Awesome. Awesome. Stream's good. Stream is good. The music? Oh, you know, that's yeah, the whole music thing. That's fine. I mean, I have it on in the background and I've just kind of cut my like mic threshold so you guys can't hear it, but I can still jam out to it. You guys can just listen to the music in your head. You don't want some like and some foghorn. Yeah, I always hate tutorials. I mean, there's some really good tutorials out there, but some of them have like some obnoxious electronic music in the background. You're just like, oh no, turn it off. I can't do it. I can't. Can't even. All right, so now I'm just like getting into my tweak mode. So I think that's a sign to make it stop. I'm gonna call this a stream, and really appreciate everyone who tuned in. And I think at some point tomorrow, I'm not quite sure when, I'd like to. I'm gonna need to make a part 2 of this guy because I need to model his arms and legs. Don't want a quadriplegic cow here or bull. But I'm pretty happy. Like I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with myself. I suck at modeling, and I'm actually not like really. I didn't need a deflector. I'm kind of like okay and happy with how this is turning out. Got my Bob Ross happy cow. All right. Get German techno. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, for reals. See, I'm just like I get in the zone, I start tweaking, and sometimes I just start, and then sometimes I just like make it worse. Like I don't actually add anything beneficial to it. I just start overthinking things and tweaking things too much. So, all right, there's my chicken nugget bowl. Come back tomorrow. We'll make him some arms and some legs. And yeah, I don't know what time I'll do it. I don't know, but I'll announce it on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Twitter.com eyedesyn, Facebook.com eyedesyn. And then there's eyedesyn.com/eyedesyn /eyedesyn.com .net.org .eyedesyn. All right, thanks so much everyone for tuning in. Hopefully see some of you guys here tomorrow, and we'll make some arms and legs. All right, everyone have a good night, and thanks for watching. Bye.